All right, so we are at Coulter Bay Marina here in the Tetons. We car camped last night again because we got to the Tetons around like 11 p.m. and until we found a dispersed camping spot to just kind of pull over and park, we ended up going to sleep at like midnight. So woke up at 5:30 this morning to try to catch a sunrise, but the conditions have been rough, I guess. It's cloudy, but at the end of the day, this is still really cool scene. We're just kind of hoping that the Tetons in the background, you can kind of faintly see them right now, hoping that they kind of pop out over the course of the next few minutes here. Really tight. That's not feeling good. What the hell? It's like abnormally tight.
Yo. Wait, what? Dude. Do you want me to turn this video off?
Yeah.
Damn, what the...
Okay, so as you saw in that last clip, the rewind knob ended up coming off as I was rewinding the film. It was like super difficult to turn. So I don't know if the film is back in its canister, because it never really gave us that, click release of tension. So Austin had a good idea of just putting this in the sleeping bag, opening the back and seeing if I could feel the film, and if I can't, then it's back in its canister, which would be very ideal. But let's do that right now. All right, moment of truth. Fuck, there's film.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
I felt the film. I'm gonna see how much I could feel on the actual spool. I can't tell how much. It doesn't feel like a lot.
You can rewind the canister manually with your hand.
That's true.
You could probably do that. You have two options. You can not shoot film for the rest of the trip and leave it in the back. So that's one option. Or you can try to manually rewind it, which is possible, but risky,
Yeah, because like if I do manually rewind it, then like, who's to say that it won't happen on another roll?
Right.
Damn.
Well,
I have no luck with film
even,
cameras.
Even just to save the film now and then also be able to shoot another roll, even if you don't take the second roll out of the camera.
Yeah.
That could be a good thing. But
damn. All right. Well. Without much of a plan that day, we got some coffee in Jackson where we did some work and then drove over to Mormon Row. At this point of the day, the sun came out a little bit, but the visibility still wasn't the best. But considering the weather that we got on the entirety of the trip, we weren't too mad about this. Afterwards, we made a quick pit stop at Jenny Lake and then ended up going back to the horses that we saw earlier that morning.
I thought we weren't supposed to get light today, bro. What? It's crazy.
From there, we headed back towards Coulter Bay Marina for Blue Hour. The first half of our second day in the Tetons was a bit uneventful just because of the crappy weather, but we went back to Mormon Row and then just drove around aimlessly afterwards. Later that night, we had tickets to the Jackson Hole Rodeo, and we were a bit concerned about the weather that we were going to get, but it turned out to be one of the coolest photography experiences that I've had to date. Although we were able to walk around the rodeo grounds and get different angles of the action, we were really hoping to somehow get access to the chutes where the bulls and riders are loaded before the ride. So Austin ended up talking to a security guard who directed us to the ticket booth to try and get a photo pass. And they were a bit hesitant at first, but they eventually said yes. We only had about 15 minutes up on the platform by the chutes before the rodeo ended, but it was extremely fun. And it also started to rain while we were there, so that added an interesting element to the photos. After the rodeo ended at around 10 p.m., we made our way back down to Utah to finish the last 2 days of the trip there.
I don't know if you saw this, dude. I mean, I couldn't. I actually found this.
You gotta have water every day.
What is the number? What's the number?
All right, so it's Thursday morning. We're heading over. Well, we're in Utah. We're heading down to Salt Lake City right now to go visit our buddy Jacob. We're gonna stay with him today, and then I told you guys that if the rodeo went well, that I would be making a separate YouTube video out of it. But I was too focused on actually taking photos that I did get some clips, which you have probably already seen if you're watching this right now. So yeah, that rodeo was probably a top 5 photography experience ever. I got some photos that I absolutely loved from it. I've never seen this guy as happy when it comes to photography. So
Oh man, it was sick.
yeah, that was extremely rad. And yeah, now we're heading down to Salt Lake. We slept in a motel yesterday in Logan, Utah. So like
The best sleep
it
of
was
my life.
it was I don't think I flinched once during sleep. But yeah, after the rodeo ended at like 10, we got out of there at 10. We drove like 3.5 hours down to Utah. We were like almost falling asleep, and yeah, should be at Jacob's within the next hour. Gonna kind of chill a little bit today. I think we're gonna do a sunset hike, and then we have another full day around Utah tomorrow, so should be good. The weather and conditions are really nice, so yeah. See you later. I didn't film much once we got to Jacob's, but we just kind of hung out, got some dinner along with Maddie and Flip, and then we all sent it over to the Wasatch Mountains to do a little sunset hike, which we got a somewhat unexpected burner for. What's up?
Find you, brother.
My bad.
You're good.
All right. So I didn't really kind of tell you guys what we were doing yesterday, but it was more of a travel day. It was it was a travel day. I'm gonna restart this.
Oh damn, that would have been funny.
I'm gonna
Jay.
keep it in. I'll keep it in. We got into Salt Lake in the early afternoon, where we met up with Jacob, who you might know as Portrait Poppy, and we stayed at his place for the night. So big thanks to Jacob. And then got some dinner, and then we did a little trail with 2 more people, Flip and Maddie, who were awesome. It was really cool to meet them. But yeah, this morning we woke up, just had a bit of a slower morning, got some coffee, and now I'm taking over the driving because Austin's been doing all of it. We didn't really want to add a second driver for the entire trip because it would have cost us like an extra, like, I don't know, like $100. So we just added me for the next, for today and tomorrow because Austin leaves for the airport very early tomorrow since he's going somewhere else. He's not going back home. And then I'm going back home, but my flight's not until like 6. So I'm going to drop the car off and then just kind of chill at the airport. But yeah, right now the plan is right now it's 2:51, and we're going to drive over to the Salt Flats, which I've always wanted to see. And we probably will shoot a little bit of Wendover, which is a very interesting little town. So gonna go do that. I think it's about a little less than 2 hours away. So yeah, good conditions, and hopefully we can end this week-long trip on a high note.
You know, your immune system works actually not proportionally, right? So there's always based on the statistics. Who will benefit?
Okay, so we are in a bit of a pickle because we're on a 2-lane highway, and there seems to be a massive crash about a mile ahead of us. So the GPS already added about 45 to 50 minutes of time. So at the moment it says we're getting there at 5:37, but I don't see any movement in the cars. I mean, we're assuming it's a semi that got into some kind of crash. So yeah, we have really good light right now, and it's kind of sucks that we're going to get there a little bit later now. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Since we had nothing to do and we had no idea when we would start moving, we were kind of just taking photos of our surroundings here because it's not often you really get stuck in a situation like this. After being in a standstill for about an hour and a half, we finally started moving. We got to the Salt Flats after about another hour of driving, and luckily still managed to get some nice light.